everybody, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we get to review something that I've been kind of, it's a dinosaur line that I've been watching basically from the sidelines for quite a while, and I was quite intrigued to get one of their figures but just never bit the bullet and actually purchased one. But I finally have acquired one and I would like to review it for you guys today. It is the Recur Tyrannosaurus Rex. At first glance, I can say that this thing looks really nice actually. I mean, I've been quite curious about them for, like I said, a long time. I've been seeing their figures, or pictures of their figures at least, throughout the internet on different places like eBay and Aliexpress and places like that, and was always really curious as their figures looked very cool, but for some reason I just never actually got one. But yeah, I mean, now I do, so let's get a nice closer look at this guy. Taking a closer look, you can see that this thing is really nice. One of the features that I noticed straight off the bat is the head is a very similar sculpt to the Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus, but at the same time that it has the Jurassic Park type look, I think the teeth and the style of sculpt around the teeth area is similar to the V-Rex from the 2000, I think it was 2003, 2004, 2005, somewhere around there, the Peter Jackson King Kong movie, where they had their own Tyrannosaurus called the V-Rex. I think the teeth are very similar to the way that they attach to the gum line and the actual jaw area. I feel like it's very similar to the V-Rex, but the head and the body gives me a very Jurassic Park type feel. So I think that is something that is very cool that I haven't really seen before. I mean, the Papa running Rex was similar, but I feel like that one was much closer to the V-Rex than the Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus, and this one is just kind of a mix of both. So that's one thing that's definitely very cool about this dinosaur. They have done some very good work here on the sculpt. The nostrils are sculpted very nicely. They look very good. The teeth are really cool. Like I said, it looks very V-Rex-ish. The inside of the mouth has a pretty nice gloss to it, and there is some very nicely carved out details in the sculpt of the inside of the mouth. The tongue, as you can see, is sticking out of the mouth. Give it a nice, maybe a roaring type of an appearance. The eyes are sculpted really well also. It's a nice yellowish color. I feel like the yellow eye always looks very good on T-Rex models. Always been a fan of that. Beautiful sculpting here in the neck, the nice neck folds. Runs down here, and a nice lower jaw it's got here too. Beautifully carved. You can see some very nice details right there coming out of the jawline, basically to follow where the teeth are. Nice skin folds all over the body here. Beautiful scaling. Lots of work definitely went into the sculpt of this. The legs are very muscular looking. I really like that. The feet also look very nice. I really like the claws specifically, actually, because they really have like a hook to them. They look like, in my opinion, a very realistic look to the way the claws are curved. I feel like maybe they're grasping into the ground. So that definitely gives it a realistic approach to me. I really like especially the detail here on the upper part of the foot. Looks really nicely done on both feet. His foot's bent a little bit as he's walking along. The hands and arms sculpted nicely in a pretty realistic position. One thing that I can note right off the bat here is that I really do like the color of the claws. I feel like the claws having different shades in them is, again, this is one thing that you can always use to win me over with dinosaur figures that a lot of companies don't do. A lot of companies will just give them a pure black or pure gray or even white sometimes appearance, but Recur here has done a great job of coloring the claws all over on the hands and the feet. All look very nice. I really like the coloration of them. Gives it a nice realistic type of a look, and it's got a very big broad tail. Beautiful detail done along the way. Some nice little skin folds here. Some beautiful scaling all over this. The scaling really is nicely done. Beautiful muscles that they've sculpted into the legs. So you can actually see the rib cage here sculpted out a little bit, which was a very nice touch. Some more beautiful skin folds right under that, both sides. Oh, there you can really see the rib cage nicely on this side. It really stands out, probably because this leg being pushed back a little bit stretches the skin a little more. That's actually a very cool touch. This side, the leg's up, so that's kind of pushing the skin into it, where you wouldn't see the rib cage quite as well as you would on this side, where the back leg here is extended backwards, so that would be pulling on the skin a bit to really show the rib cage. So that was a very beautiful touch on Recur's part. Very nicely done on that. Again, wonderful detail all over the top of the head. Look how nicely detailed that is. Beautifully, beautifully sculpted all over on the top of the head. Looks very, very nice. And then again, nice big long tail. Nicely done, sculpt-wise on both sides. Lots of skin folds all over this. The detail that was put into this is really, really nicely done. They did put a lot of detail into this, and one thing that's cool about Recur is most dinosaur companies give you a little tag, as they usually do, but this one's got a nice little shot with some measurements and stuff of the actual dinosaur, and on the inside it's got some cute little facts here about the dinosaur, along with a nice little question that you get to answer, and then it gives you the answer. I'm not going to spoil that for you and tell you what the question and answers are, but that's something to look forward to if you do buy this model. Hopefully, actually I showed you a shot of it. Well, don't rewind that and read it. Wait till you buy the actual figure and then read it, because it's actually pretty neat. I definitely got some enjoyment out of looking at that earlier when I had opened this. Also, taking a look here at the back, really see the spinal column of the dinosaur running the length of the entire sculpt. Looks very nice. So like I said, really, really nicely done. Detail-wise, it is just awesome. The paint itself, looking at it, you can obviously tell they didn't go for any type of a really super flashy color scheme, which is completely okay with me, because I really feel like that this was a realistic approach as far as the coloration goes. T-Rex, I mean, more often than not, in my opinion personally, I would think that this dinosaur would probably need coverage to be able to hide in the woods or somewhere and maybe ambush a predator. I don't think he would just flat out come out and say, hey look, here I am, and then go chasing after dinosaurs for sport. I feel like if he were a hunter, he would probably hide and ambush his opponents, and with that trait, he's probably not going to want to be a very super bright color. So for it to have this nice dull color where he would kind of mesh in with his background and you wouldn't see him as well, that's definitely, in my opinion, a very realistic color scheme, a nice touch on their part. You can see beautiful dry brushing here. Some nice dark browns that they put in here and there. There's actually some, here you can see right here, there's some slight reds that have been added. Some reddish colors here and there. And then on the back, there's a nice cream color that they dry brushed over top to really give it a beautiful look on the top. The dry brushing, there's also some here on the head, some nice darker browns. And again, I noticed here on the other side, you can see some nice reddish dry brushing done on the other side of the face here. So they really did a good job. You might take a look at it and be like, wow, you know, they didn't do too much. I mean, really, look at the nice job painting the scales here, the dry brushing on the scales. And one thing that's actually kind of humorous to me, if you look right here, it almost looks like the way it was sculpted and then the way it was painted, there's a dinosaur footprint on his leg. It almost kind of appears that way. So that's pretty neat. But you might look at it and say, well, I mean, they didn't do too much with the paint job, but in actuality, the paint job is done really nicely. There are all kinds of subtle dry brushing and subtle changes throughout the body that you really have to get up close to actually appreciate. So they definitely, in my opinion, did a fantastic job on the paint of this dinosaur. As far as the overall size of this dinosaur, it is a very good size. You're looking at over 13.5 inches long. And to the head, I'd say a little under 5.5 inches. Same goes actually for the tail area. So it is a very good size, definitely not small at all. You get some bang for your buck with this model. Definitely a good sized figure with a lot of quality sculpt work gone into it. It's in a very nice walking pose here. Maybe he's just walking up to a nice little ledge, letting out a big roar, letting everybody know that he is in fact the king of the dinosaurs. To give you a little bit of a size comparison, here is the Papo green standing Rex. You can see just how they stand up against each other. The Recur T-Rex is quite a bit larger. He's definitely longer and yeah, just bigger and bulkier in general. So if you're looking for a nice big bulky T-Rex, if that's your thing, then Recur is definitely the model for you. And at the same time that I would consider this a model because of so much detail that's gone into it, it makes a great toy, and I'm sure that's actually the route that Recur has gone. They make these for toys, but any serious dinosaur collector can also buy them as models because, like I said, so much has gone into the sculpt, so much has gone into the paint. So yeah, I mean, if you're a parent that's considering getting a nice dinosaur figure for your child, this would be a great one to go with. It's very flexible, nice and soft. The entire body is soft. The only thing that I would say is even remotely hard would be the claws on the hands and feet are pretty hard, but I don't see anybody bashing each other with those. They'd be pretty hard to do. But the actual teeth in the mouth are also very soft. The whole dinosaur in general, aside from the hands and feet on the claws, it's all soft other than those two places. And yeah, I would think that this would make a great toy for anybody looking to buy a toy for their child of a Tyrannosaurus. It would also, like I said, make a beautiful model to put on the shelf and display for anybody that's just a straight up model collector. So my overall thoughts of this and Recur in general is this is absolutely beautiful. I really do like it. I think that it's in a beautiful pose. It's got a great paint job, and like I said, I love the aspect of it having the sculpt of like the Jurassic Park T-Rex, but at the same time kind of having a little V-Rex mixed in. So yeah, that's very appealing to me. I'm hoping to get some more Recur models on the channel in the future because I am very impressed with this one. I think it's absolutely awesome. I will link you guys in the description as to where you can purchase these, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.